Break the board sports. It's ice hockey breakdown. NHL Monday here. Click that like, hit subscribe. We got 5 games to run down through for this Monday. Let's get right to it. Minnesota Wild at the New York Rangers. Rangers laying $1.40. Comeback plus 120 for the Wild. Your over-under sits at 5.5. Now, starting to kind of get more even on these over-unders. Right now, 52% of bets, 51% of the handle to the over. 48% of bets, 49% of the handle to the under. But the overwhelming amount of bets are to the New York Rangers right now. 74% of tickets going to the Rangers, 85% of the money. 26% of bets going to the Minnesota Wild, equating to 15% of the money here on this one. And to hop into some trends here to help you with your handicapping, that's what we're all about. Minnesota 1-4 straight up their last 5, but even worse on the road. The Wild have not traveled well. 3-11 their last 14 road games. But the Rangers, they haven't been very good at home either. They're just 1-5 straight up their last 6 games at home. But head-to-head, a little bit different story here. Rangers 4-1 straight up the last 5 games these two teams have played in Madison Square Garden. And overall, over their last 6, the Rangers hold a 5-1 advantage over the Wild. So they have showed dominance there. For your over-under stuff, Minnesota's hit 4 of the last 5 to the over. 5 of the last 7 head-to-head have went over the total as well. I'm going to go ahead and clip the New York Rangers here, laying $1.40 and put that in pocket for a single unit play. Rangers got off to a slow start at home. I like them here in this spot, especially Minnesota coming from on the road here. So we'll go ahead and lock that in. Next one on tap today, we got the Seattle Kraken going to visit the Philadelphia Flyers in this one. Now the Flyers laying $1.35, comeback plus 115 on the Kraken. 5.5 is your over under. 68% of tickets, 69% of the handle going to the over. 32% of tickets and 31% of the handle going to the under 5.5. Your splits here for straight up, pretty even. 51% going to the Flyers, 49% to the Kraken. 60% of bets, 60% of the handle to the Kraken compared to 40% of the handle off that 51% of tickets going to the Flyers. Head-to-head here, Seattle 5-1 the last 6 meetings. They've been more dominant. Philly is 6-2, though, straight up their last 8 at home. Over-unders, the overs cashed 7 of the last 10 games for the Flyers, and it's cashed for the last 5 games for Seattle on the road. It's also cashed for the last 5 games for Seattle when they play an Eastern Conference opponent. As we dive in here, as far as last 10 games, both on the road and at home between these two teams, the Flyers, at home are a much different team than they are on the road for sure. Head-to-head here, going in their last matchup, Philly coming in 2-2-1, Seattle 3-0-2. Seattle 5-0 against the puck line, which has been incredible. Last year, both matchups went to the Kraken, as we said, 4-1 and 6-4. Just really, really took control of the Flyers. Over the last 10, as a home favorite, Philly is 7-3 straight up, but just 2-6 on the puck line. Straight up as a road dog, Seattle 4-6. But check this out, 6-1 on the puck line. So when you look at that and translate it over, Seattle plus a goal and a half is minus 220 today. So again, I've been playing with these all day long with these little parlays, doing stuff. And so I'm going to look at one here. I'm going to take Toronto Blue Jays plus 2.5 runs on the alternate run line, alt over 1.5 in the Blue Jays game 7 today. Baker Mayfield to record a touchdown pass, and the Kraken plus a goal and a half get you plus 120 at FanDuel. We'll put a half unit on that guy today. So full unit on the Rangers minus $1.40, and then throwing the Kraken plus that goal and a half in. If I had to pick a side, I'm not going to play it full transparency, but if I had to pick a side, even though the Kraken have had dominance over the Flyers, I would actually lay the $1.35 with the Flyers today, but just going to stay away from that one and pick something else. Again, I always say this. The greatest advantage we have as bettors in the space and handicapping is we don't have to make the bet. We get to pick what games we want to bet. Sabres at the Canadiens is the next one, and this one very lopsided. Canadiens laying $1.50 plus 130 on the comeback for the Sabres. 81% of ticket count, 82% of the handle going to the Canadiens. Just 19% of bets and 18% of the money going to the Sabres. Now that over-under sets at 6.5 with 68% of bets and 60% of the handle pointed to the under. 32% of tickets, 40% of the handle pointed to the over. Buffalo 3-7 straight up their last 10 games overall. They're just 1-4 on the road. Montreal 4-1 straight up their last 5. But head-to-head, Montreal has taken 4 of the last 5 matchups between these two teams. Your over-under trends, the unders cashed 4 of the last 5 games for Buffalo. The overs cashed 4 of the last 5 for Montreal at home. And head-to-head, the over is 4-2 the last 6 between these two teams. If you go back to last year's matchup, again, just this year, the Canadiens 4-2 straight up, Buffalo 2-3. Buffalo also 2-3 on the puck line. Canadiens 1-5. They're winning, but they're not covering the goal and a half. Last year, they had 4 matchups, all 4 of them going to the Canadiens. With that, I don't believe in stepping in front of a trend just to say it's going to end. I would lay the $1.50 here with the Canadiens. I'm actually going to lay that $1.50. Again, unfortunately, hockey comes to picking a lot of favorites. So we got a full unit on the Rangers, full unit on the Canadiens, and then we put that alt parlay total and threw in the Kraken plus a goal and a half. Those are going to be our plays for today. Canadiens last 10 games at home as a favorite, 6-4 straight up. Buffalo last 10 games as a road dog, 4-6 on the road. Next game, hop into the Winnipeg Jets at the Calgary Flames. Jets laying $1.55 on the road, plus 130 on the comeback for the Flames. Now, 85% of tickets, 59% of the handle going to the Jets, 15% of tickets, 41% of the handle going to the Calgary Flames. Jets, 64% of tickets and 86% of the handle going to the over 5.5. The under 5.5 catching 36% of bets, 14% of the handle in this one. As far as the Jets and Flames on the season, Jets come in 4-1. Flames come in 1-5 and 1-5 on the puck line. These two teams have split the last 10 meetings between them. Winnipeg and Calgary. Calgary's lost 5 straight after winning that thrilling opener against Edmonton. Of course they won that. I had Edmonton. Calgary's lost 5 in a row since that. A lot of goals being given up. Calgary, the overs cashed 4 of the last 5 at home. Head-to-head, the over has cashed 5 of the last 6 between these two teams, and the overs cashed 9 of the last 11 in games Calgary's played in. The overs also cashed 7 of the last 9 for Winnipeg on the road. I'm not willing to hop in there on it, and I'm actually not winning. Winnipeg has a good goalie. I'm just not willing to hop in there today either on that under. I'm just going to let it ride. Again, Calgary, at some point in time, they'll break out of the streak. I don't want to be betting on them to break it, but I don't want to lay it with the Jets either and get bit. Last 10 games as a favorite, Winnipeg 7-3. Last 10 games as a dog, Calgary 2-8. As a home dog, Calgary's been pathetic. They're just 1-9 straight up and 2-7 on the puck line. Again, Calgary just not a good team. Nothing I want to get involved with here. I'd be kicking myself again. There's plenty better games on the board. Probably the best game on the board tonight in the NHL as far as 2 great teams. Carolina Hurricanes and the Vegas Golden Knights. Knights laying $1.15, minus 105 on the comeback for the Hurricanes. 56% of tickets, 53% of the handle on the Golden Knights. 44% of tickets, 47% of the handle on the Carolina Hurricanes. That over-under set 6.5. 63% of tickets to the under, 37% to the over on this one. Carolina's won 5 in a row. Vegas is 4-1 straight up their last 5. But Carolina's 5-1 on the road their last 6. And head-to-head, they've taken 4 of the last 5 matchups against the Golden Knights. Now, the Knights have been over the total 4 of their last 5 at home. But 4 of the last 6 head-to-head with the Hurricanes have went under the total. Knights, last 10 games as a home favorite, they're 4-6 straight up. Hasn't been very good. But the last 10 as a road dog for the Carolina Hurricanes, 4-6 straight up. Straight up as an underdog, period, over their last 10. They're 3-7 as to where Vegas's last 10 as a home favorite is 5-5. Again, this one just too close to call for me. But I do like the Rangers, -$1.40 for a single unit. The Canadians, -$1.50 for a single unit. And I love putting the Kraken plus a goal and a half or plus 2.5 goals in any kind of parlay you got going. Click that like, hit subscribe. Check out our NFL content, Monday Night Football doubleheader. We got Game 7 ALCS content. As always, God bless and happy handicapping.